Hello and welcome to Part 3 of Little Women, an audio play presented by Far From the Tree Productions. I'm Zach Running Coyote and I play Laurie. Little Women was originally written in 1868 and 1869 on the stolen land of the Algonquin Nation, specifically the Nipmuc tribe in Musketaquid, known today as Concord, Massachusetts. This play was created and recorded on colonized lands spanning the globe. These lands include the unceded traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam First Nations, whose land is now called Vancouver, British Columbia. The Blackfoot peoples, including the Siksika, Kainai, and Piikani First Nations, whose land is now called Calgary, Alberta, as well as the Darug, Karinga, and Darawal peoples, whose land is now called New South Wales, Australia. We would like to thank all the incredible artists whose generous and dedicated work made this production possible. We hope you enjoy the show.
My dearest mother, it's impossible to tell you how happy your last letter made us. How kind Mr. Brooke is, and how fortunate that Mr. Lawrence's business detains him near you so long, since he is so useful to you and Father.
The children are regular archangels, and I am Joe. I came near to having a quarrel with Laurie. I spoke my mind about a silly thing and he was offended. He marched home, even though I was right.
Amy wants the rest of the page, so I only have room to send my love. And I have sent pressed pansies that I've been keeping safe in the house for Father.
We are all well, and I do my lessons always, and never corroborate with the other girls. Meg says I mean contradict, so I put in both words, and you can take the properest.
Meg, I wish you'd go see the Hummels with me. Mother told us not to forget them.
Oh, I'm too tired to go this afternoon. Perhaps Joe can go with you.
Laurie and I are both proud, but I thought he'd come to it, for I was in the right. He didn't.
Joe helps me with the sewing and insists on doing all sorts of hard jobs. I didn't know her moral fit would last this long.
Joe, will you come to the Hummels with me?
It's too stormy out for me with my colds. Why don't you go by yourself?
I have been every day, but the baby is sick and I don't know what to do for it.
I promise I will go tomorrow.
Laurie is not as respectful as he ought to be now that I'm almost in my teens. He calls me chick and hurts my feelings by talking French to me very fast when I say merci or bonjour to him.
Kiss Father on the cheek for me.
Ever your own, Meg.
Joe.
Little Beth.
Amy, Curtis, March.
Beth! Oh, Christopher Columbus!
Joe.
Beth, what's the matter?
Joe. The baby. The baby is dead.
What baby?
Mrs. Hummels, it died in my lap before she got home.
Oh, Beth. How dreadful.
It wasn't dreadful, Joe. It only sad. I saw in a minute that it was sicker and her mother had gone for a doctor, so I took the baby and it seemed to sleep. But all of a sudden, it gave a little cry and trembled, and I just lay very still. And so I tried to warm its feet and give it some milk, but it didn't stir, and I just sat there and held it softly till Mrs. Hummel came through the door. said it was scarlet fever, and he told me to go home and take belladonna right away or I'd have the fever too, so
Beth, if you should get sick, I could never forgive myself. I wish Mother were here.
No, don't be frightened. I guess I shan't have it badly. I did take some belladonna, and I do feel much better.
You've been over with the baby every day for a week. I'm afraid you are going to have it.
And I should give it to you too, shan't
No,
I?
Meg and I have already both had it. But Amy has not. She must go and stay with Aunt March, and we will call a doctor.
No! I don't want to live with her.
Amy, please.
She's old and mean, and I won't go.
Amy, you must.
Why can't I stay with you and Joe? I will be good, I promise.
Because you have never had the fever. Joe and I have and cannot get it again.
Please, Meg. I can help take care of Beth. I'm strong and healthy, and I can help.
No, Amy. I will help you pack your things tonight, and tomorrow you will go to Aunt March's.
Oh, hello, Amy. Is Joe inside? Amy, are you all right?
No,
Why is that?
because Beth is sick, and Joe and Meg are shipping me off to live with Aunt March, who is horrid, and I just want to stay here and help and take care of Beth.
Beth is sick?
Yes, she has scarlet fever.
Be sensible and do as they say. You do not wish to get sick as well, do you?
No, but I don't wish to be sent off in this way.
It is to keep you well.
But I have been with Beth this whole time.
That is the very reason you ought to go away at once. A change of air will keep you well.
But it's dull at Aunt March's, and she's so cross.
It won't be with me popping in every day to tell you how Beth is. We will go out gallivanting and we'll do whatever you like.
Will you take me out in the trotting wagon?
On my honor as a gentleman.
It'd come every single day?
See if I don't.
And bring me back the minute Beth is well?
The very second.
Well then, I guess I will. I don't think I can bear it, but I'll try.
Call Meg and tell her you'll go.
Amy, dear,
Yes, Aunt March?
do come and sit. What do you hear from your mother?
Father is much better.
Is he? Well, that won't last long. My brother never had any stamina.
Is that all, Aunt March?
And your sister, Beth?
Laurie tells me that she's doing fine, but I fear he's hiding how bad it is from me.
Has no one written to bring your mother home?
Meg and Joe don't want to worry her and bring her away from Father.
Ah, I see.
Joe believes that it is her job to take care of everything. She doesn't want or need help from anyone.
And what do you believe?
I don't know. But I think if we were women of wealth or position, we might do something. But because we are not, if we do, we will be considered odd and puritanical.
Quite right and proper. A woman must know her station before pushing against the rules that have been so carefully put in place. Have you been keeping up with your studies while you have been here?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you speak French, my dear?
Pretty well. Laurie has been teaching me.
Good girl.
I hope to go study painting in Rome, if that time ever arrives.
You deserve to go, and I'm sure you will someday.
Thank you, Aunt March.
You may go.
Joe? May I come in?
Yes.
How is she?
I've sent for Mother. The doctor told us to. He said that some change, whether better or worse, will most likely happen tonight.
Oh, Joe. It's not so bad as that.
Yes, it is. She doesn't know us. She doesn't look like my Beth. There's nobody to help us bear it. Mother and Father are both gone, and God seems so far away I can't find him.
I'm here, Joe. Keep hoping, Joe. Soon your mother will be here, and then everything will be all right.
It seems as if all the troubles come in a heap. And I've got the heaviest part on my shoulders. Beth is my conscience, and I can't give her up. I can't.
I don't think she will die. I don't believe God will take her away yet.
The good and dear people always die.
Here, drink something.
Thank you.
Tonight you will feel much better.
Why is that?
I telegraphed your mother yesterday. She will be here tonight.
Oh, Laurie, I'm so glad. Oh, you are an angel. I must tell Beth. Thank you. Beth, what's happening?
Quick, get a cloth. We need to cool her down. Come on, Beth.
Beth, stay with us.
It's going to be okay, Beth.
Mother's coming home to see you. She will be here soon. You need to hold on for her. You must be strong for Marmee. And for me.
If God spares her, I will never complain again.
I'll try and love and serve him with all my heart.
Wish I had no heart. It aches so much.
If life is often as hard as this, I don't see how we shall ever get through.
Joe? Meg?
Beth? Oh, Beth!
We thought we'd lost you.
Look at the sun. It looks like a fairy world.
Marmee is home!
Oh,
My sweet Beth.
Mother?
Look at you, how I've missed you so.
It is so good to see
I'm
you.
so glad you're home.
My dears, you have done so well. I fear you soon will not need a mother to look after you.
Please don't go again.
I love you all so very much. What a relief it was for the March women to be together once more. I spent my time nursing Beth back to health, reveling in being a mother again, but I couldn't help but notice how much my girls had grown since I had last seen them.
Mother,
What is it, dear?
I want to tell you something.
About Meg?
Yes? How did you know? It's a little thing, but I can't forget it.
Go on.
Well, last summer, Meg lost a pair of gloves. We'd all forgotten about it till Teddy told me that Mr. Brooke had it. I think he cares for Meg.
Do you think Meg cares for him?
I don't know anything about love and such nonsense. In the novels, the girls show it by blushing and fainting and acting like fools. Meg doesn't do anything of the sort.
Then you fancy that Meg is not interested in John?
Who?
Mr. Brooke. I fell into calling him John at the hospital. He was so devoted to help with your father.
Well, he's been good to father, so now you're just going to let Meg marry him?
Don't get angry about it. He was perfectly open with us regarding his feelings for Meg. He told us that he loves her.
Ugh! She will go and fall in love, for she likes blue eyes and doesn't think John is an ugly name. They'll go lovering around the house, and we shall have to dodge, and he'll carry her away, making a hole in the family, and it shall break my heart.
He is a truly excellent man, but I will not consent to Meg being married so young. If she and John love one another, they can wait and test the love by doing so.
Hadn't you rather have her marry a rich man?
Money is a good and useful thing, Joe, and I hope my girls will never feel the need of it too bitterly. If rank and money come with love and virtue, I should accept them gratefully. But I know by experience how much genuine happiness can be had in a plain little house where daily bread is earned and the pleasures may be few but sweet.
I understand. But I am disappointed. I planned for Meg to marry Teddy and sit in the lap of luxury.
I'm afraid Laurie is hardly grown up enough for Meg. Don't make plans, Joe, but let time and their own hearts mate to your friends. Laurie.
Fine. It's not that funny.
I have a letter for Father to be sent out.
Please add that I send my love to John.
You call him John?
Yes, we are very fond of him.
I'm glad of that. I'm going to post this.
Like sunshine after a storm were the peaceful weeks that followed. Little Beth began to get stronger, and some unusually mild weather ushered in a splendid Christmas day.
Are you sure you're going to be able to fit through the door?
It's amazing. The only thing that could make it any better was if Father was here with us.
Oh, I wish he was here.
Mother, do you think he'll be home soon?
He writes that he is hoping to be home early in the new year.
Oh.
Just a year ago, we were groaning over the dismal Christmas we expected to have. Do you remember?
Yes.
Rather a pleasant year on the whole.
I think it's been a pretty hard one.
Rather a rough road for you to travel. You have all gotten on bravely.
Merry Christmas, Marches!
Merry Christmas, Laurie! Merry Christmas!
Bonjour.
Did you all receive everything you were hoping for?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. It has been an enchanting
I
morning.
finally have a copy of Undine and Sintram.
Laurie, the dress your grandfather gave me is absolutely gorgeous. Please give him my greatest thanks.
So many
He will be
ruffles.
pleased. Well, I have one more present for the March family.
Laurie.
Laurie?
Merry Christmas!
Father, you're home! But how did you get home so
Missed you so much.
Mr. March, we were not expecting you till the new year.
Well, I couldn't spend another Christmas without my Little Women. John was kind enough to escort me home.
It was nothing, sir.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Brooke.
It is nothing you wouldn't do for me.
I'm sure.
Papa, you're just in time. Tonight we are going to have a huge dinner with Laurie and his grandfather.
Can Mr. Brooke come too, Mother?
Of course, it is the least we can do.
Thank you very much, Mrs. March.
Oh, let me take your glass.
I have so much to tell you, Father.
Yes, come and sit by the fire.
I'm going to get my sketches to show you
Look
how
at the
much I've
beautiful
improved.
piano Mr. Lawrence gave me. I try to practice on it every day.
There never was such a Christmas dinner as we had that day. We drank to health,
Very much.
told stories, and reminisced about days past. And in the evening, Beth gathered up her strength, sat at her piano, and sang to us in the sweet voice we had never thought to hear again.
I am content with what I have, little be it or much. And Lord, contentment still I crave, because thou savest such fullness to them a burden is, that gone on to pilgrimage. Here little and hereafter bliss is best from age to age.
For the next few days, the March girls swarmed to their father, telling stories of their adventures. Mr. Brooke came by regularly to check on Mr. March, and Joe started to notice that Meg began to blush whenever he was around.
Are you all right, Joe?
Are you going to marry Mr. Brooke?
Please don't plague me, Joe. I've told you I don't care much about him, and there isn't to be anything said, but we are all to be friends.
I don't mean to plague you, and will bear it like a man, but I do wish it was all settled. I hate to wait, so if you mean ever to do it, have it over with quickly.
I can't say anything until he speaks.
If he did speak, you wouldn't know what to say, but cry and blush and let him have his own way instead of a good decided no.
Oh, I'm not so silly and weak as you think.
Would you mind telling me what you'd say?
I would merely say, thank you, Mr. Brooke. You are very kind, but I agree with Father that I am too young to enter into any engagement at present.
I don't believe you'll ever say it.
I've made up my mind.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Brooke.
Good afternoon. I came to see your father.
Oh.
And get my umbrella that I left the other day.
Oh. He is in the rack. I mean, your umbrella is in the rack. I will get Father.
Don't go. Are you afraid of me?
Oh, how can I be afraid when you've been so kind to Father? I only wish I could thank you for it.
Meg, I must tell you something.
Oh. No, please don't. I'd rather not.
I love you, Meg.
Oh.
I only want to know if you care for me a little.
I don't know.
Will you try and find out?
I'm too young to be married. Father says I must wait until I'm 20.
I'll wait. Do you think you could learn to love me in that time?
It would not be hard, if I choose to.
Then choose it, Meg.
No, I don't choose it. Please go away and let me be.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, I do. I don't want to be worried about such things.
Do you think you could change your mind?
Bless me, what is all of this? Why are you standing in the doorway?
This is Father's friend. Aunt March. I am surprised to see you.
That is evident. But what was that man saying to make you look like a peony?
Mr. Brooke just came for his umbrella. Father's in the dining room. You can go see him.
Thank you.
Brooke? That boy's tutor? Oh, I understand now. I know all about it. I made Joe tell me all about it. You haven't gone and accepted him, child.
Shh, Aunt March. Shall I call Mother?
Not yet. I wish to speak to you first. Tell me, do you mean to marry this Brooke?
Forgive me, Aunt March, but I don't see how that's any of your concern.
If you do, not one penny of my money ever goes to you.
I shall marry whom I please, and you can leave your money to anyone you like.
You'll be sorry for it when you've tried love in a cottage and found failure in it.
It can't be worse than what some people find in big houses.
Now, Meg, be sensible and take my advice. Don't spoil your whole life by making a mistake in the beginning. It is your duty to make a rich match.
Father and Mother don't think so. They like John, though he is poor.
Your parents, my dear, have no more worldly wisdom than two babies.
I am glad of it.
So, you intend on marrying Brooke without money, position, or business, and go on working harder than you do now, when you might be comfortable all your days by minding me and doing better?
I couldn't do better if I waited half my life. John is good and wise. He's willing to work, and I'm proud to think he cares for me, though I am poor and young and silly.
He knows you have got rich relations, child. That's the secret of his liking, I suspect.
How dare you say such a thing? John is above such meanness. He wouldn't marry for money any more than I would. We're willing to work. I'm not afraid of being poor, for I've been happy so far. And I know I shall be with him because he loves me. And I feel...
Well, I wash my hands of the whole affair. You are a willful child. I am disappointed in you, and haven't the spirits to see your father now. Don't expect anything from me when you are married.
I won't.
I'm done with you. Forever.
Meg? I couldn't help hearing. Thank you for defending me.
John, I love you too.
You do?
Yes. I didn't know how much till she abused you. But are you sure you can wait to be married? It's 3 years until I'm old enough.
3 years is nothing if I know I will get to marry you. So, will you, Meg?
Yes, John. Yes.
The old room seemed to brighten up amazingly when the first romance of the family began there. Jo was slow to congratulate the happy couple, as she felt as if she was losing her best friend. But she kept her promise to Meg and bore it like a man. In the evening, we all sat together as Amy sketched the young lovers and relived the first chapters of the romance, excited for the future, but also wishing it would slow down. allowing us to savor this moment before it was gone.
Thank you for listening to Part 3 of Little Women. Tune in next Saturday for Part 4. For more information about Far From the Tree Productions or to leave a donation, you can visit our website at www.farfromthetreeproductions.com. Subscribe to our newsletter for updates on future projects, or you can follow us on Instagram at Far From the Tree Productions. Until next time.